How you doing, everybody? This is Color Wheel Media, and you're taking a smoke break with Blue Anderson. And today in the studio, I am joined by the most papal of Frankras, my dear friend, Frater S K.
Or sometimes known as Pope Frankra. But yes, it's Frater S K here, otherwise known as Stephen Cap sometimes, whatever you want to go by. But it's really awesome to be here, Blue. Very awesome.
Hell yeah.
Oh, do you want to go by or Blue while we're talking?
Yeah, while we're here, we'll be Blue.
I apologize,
I'll
Blue.
I'll censor you, though.
But how are we doing this morning?
We're doing pretty good. How about you?
I'm alive. I got some things in my head that I'd like to talk about. But you said that you had like a picture or something to start off the conversation with?
Oh, yeah, true. But here, hold up. Before that, just wanted to say that it's really exciting to have you on here because we were talking about doing post-work spliff talks before I had ever done an on-camera smoke break. We're only a couple few episodes in, but I'm glad we could finally make good on that.
Very much so. It's actually nice to see it starting to come to life and starting to see some faces, even some familiar faces. But just the fact that like I was saying off camera, the fact that you're actually deciding to take this somewhere and do something with it is very heartwarming, to say the least.
Hell yeah, thanks, yo.
Oh, no problem, my man.
But so you are the Lucky's man.
Yes.
And
yes. Lucky's. Lucky Strike brought to you by 1875 and still ongoing. Bold.
So I can't remember how my sister and I got to talking about it, but she mentioned something about my uncle's mom, who's like not related, only related by marriage. And she was like, she used to be a model. And I was like, what? Like way back in the day. And she showed me one of the pictures and I had to geek.
Oh, Jesus. Now I have to.
Now you have to.
Oh, God.
I'm going to put the picture up on the screen for everybody. But as soon as she sent that to me, I was like, holy shit, I have got to show Steven.
Yeah, I'll be honest, Lucky Strikes, they're getting more popular because it's getting harder and harder to consistently find a pack, because especially where I'm living at, the sheets down the corner, 9 times out of 10, they run out real quick. They carry the hundreds, but I only smoke the shorts, and half the time I'm getting like the last pack, and then they're out for a couple of days. Not something I'm used to, because I'm used to them just having cartons on cartons anywhere I go. But I mean, to me, they're the best cheap and still decent tasting cigarette. And because most other cheap cigarettes, I just don't even mess with, because they just don't hit right, or they don't burn right, or this and that and the other. But Lucky Strikes always coming through. My man Crowley, Alistair Crowley, every day, every time.
Hell yeah, so you're not repping the Montego.
Never. It's Lucky Strike or nothing at this point.
Hell yeah. Lucky Strikes, like, they're not bad. I would definitely concur. Back when I was like buying packs of cigarettes, I was more onto like just Marlboro Reds, but of the cheap ones, it's like we got you repping the Lucky Strikes and T-Dog repping the what's it called?
Eagle Reds.
Eagle Reds.
Eagle Red 20s.
He's always like, Steven got his sawdust, I got my corn syrup.
That's right.
There should be plenty in the chamber.
Oh, I didn't even look there. My bad.
Good.
Rip headphone users if you could hear that metal scraping.
That's like the smoke break ASMR. During the cocktail corners, we got the sounds of tiki straws and ice and all that. During that, you get the sound of J's rolling and the clinking of grinders.
Mm-hmm.
So what's one of the things that's been on your mind over the past 24 hours?
The fact that I've needed to find something to talk about. Thinking about how do I put this? Reacquainting myself with my ever love of weed, because I've since been on a month break, or was on a month break until the other day, and as I was saying off camera again, wanted to talk about this. Was not expecting a dab. Excuse me there. I was not expecting a dab to just completely obliterate me and feel like a psychedelic experience, because it just felt like, especially the first dab that I took, it just felt like I was completely taken out of this world and forced to deal with my anxieties. And then it would subside pretty easily within like an hour or so. And then I would be left with a really nice focus that I was not expecting to be left with. So it wasn't like a completely awful experience. And then the second dab that I took, way, way, way smoother to go through. Not nowhere as near as much anxiety, and still left with that like nice little focus afterglow effect. But it's nice to get back into it. It's been a long month of a lot of emotions that I didn't remember that I had.
For real, like not when I did like sober October, whenever I take a tea break, it's like crazy. I'll be like, dang, like I be dreaming again, but my dreams are like manifestations of anxiety.
Yes.
Like
yes.
unresolved anxiety while I'm asleep. And like, I don't know, like, yeah, I definitely can relate to that feeling though. But can you relate to this feeling from when you broke it? Because I don't necessarily deal with as much of the anxiety when I get really, really, really high. But like, I'll just be like so high, I'll be like uncomfortable in a way.
No, that's
I'll be
exactly.
like, okay, this is like a lot, but I'm ready to come down now. And I definitely relate to what you said about feeling like it's a psychedelic experience, because I legit have had times where I've broken long fasts and I'll feel like I'm having like an acid flashback.
Yes. Yes. All I can say is yes to that. I apologize if I'm not that talkative at the moment. I'm trying to focus on this spliff game that I'm still not acquainted with. Hope I got it the right way.
Hey, I'll carry it. But yeah, but for real, I'll just be like so. It's like I won't be like it won't. It's not. Sometimes I will get paranoid when I'm like super ridiculously high, but like. For real, it's just like, I won't be paranoid. I'll just be like, okay, I think I'm ready to calm down.
Mm-hmm. I definitely felt like, because it did come on very, very intensely. And I will say that, like, I wasn't necessarily thinking the words, like, I'm ready to come down. But I was definitely thinking of, like, I got to ride this out. Like, this is not how I normally feel when I'm zooted. And there's just a lot of intense thoughts rolling through my head that, you know, had to subside and like really like tuck in a vault sort of deal.
For real. I still remember like after I broke the fast, my last sober October, I actually went beyond sober October when it came to weed. I took 3 months and then stopped on New Year's, like right after midnight.
Was that last year?
Well, it was, yeah, like October of last year till New Year's.
My goodness. How'd you do it?
Well, the 2 months between the end of October and the end of December, like I was drinking caffeine and, you know, indulge in a little bit of alcohol. And I don't think I didn't start nicotine until 3 months after either. But like I had other things to like, you know,
Like
keep me
hold your
going.
mind.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. Sometimes I feel like it is good to sort of like have to face your like raw emotions, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's also nice to be able to like shut out some things.
And see, that was very much what I was appreciative of over the last month, is just having to deal with things and work through like my actual sober mind for once, instead of having to just like numb it all. And I'm actually very thankful for that, because I didn't realize how normal, like, or how used to feeling sober without weed was going to feel, because of how intense the dabs were the other day. Because I was just like, oh, this is why I haven't like this is why I don't like smoke when I go to work now, or this is why I don't do this now when I'm high, because it's like the level of focus that I have now when I'm sober is just unprecedented to how I felt before.
Yeah, I feel like I don't know, it's weird. I feel like I get about the same like musically I feel like I get about the same amount of work done. Like when I'm smoking, I like to like smoke and record, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But like when I'm sober, like I feel like I'm ironically like I can write a song high, I can write a song sober, but I feel like it's like, you know, I like really throw myself into my work. I feel like you remember me in sober October, where it was like I spent most of the time up here just like working on piano riffs and
Mm-hmm.
stuff like that.
And did you find that helpful?
Oh yeah, I mean always you have to have something to occupy the mind. I'm sure you felt that in your time. But
It
there
was
has to
work.
be something where you have to like occupy. Because I feel like I hit sober October and then I'm like, dang, like what do I do with all this sobriety?
Mm-hmm.
But it's like, what, for me, it's like, what can I really do except just throw myself into my musical journey?
All right, I think we've done it. Not the prettiest spliff I've ever rolled, but I got it rolled. As soon as I can get this paper down.
These are also different filters. These filters feel like they have more like give to them.
All right, I think.
But yeah, I still remember coming downstairs after smoking for the first time in 3 months and seeing Frankra in the kitchen. He was like, not Frankra, Pope Rex in the kitchen, and he was like, God damn, you good? My eyes were like so red.
Really?
Yeah, for real. That like goes away for me after like a few weeks of smoking regularly, but like for real, like my eyes do get really, really red when I'm really, really high.
You have blue eyes, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard it's a blue eye thing.
Really? I feel like there has to be people of other eye colors who get red eyes.
I mean, I'd believe it. All right, I think I can light this. The paper wasn't wanting to stay down. But we're going to smoke her anyway. Also, thank you for providing this.
Hey, you
Blue.
know it.
Very much so.
Yeah, for real. Thank you for coming out.
Hey, it smokes. All right. Now that we got my spliff out of the way, I can actually focus a little bit. Deeply apologize. Now, I'm actually very curious if you've seen anything about this. Have you heard anything about our man David Grush, the whistleblower? And
Yeah, actually, I still don't know what to think of him. I've watched a bit of the testimony. I've heard the Henry Zabrowski take. I'm still not sure what to think of him or what to believe of him. But I think there's a lot more compelling shit than what David Gresh's testimony is. Because basically, like David Gresh's testimony, and like I didn't see like I don't think I've seen all of it, but like it seemed to be like he was like you know, I know somebody, I've spoken to somebody who's seen some shit. But like the thing is like whatever it is, like whatever the UAPs is, like it's obviously like a legit phenomenon because like the military is like training their pilots like, okay, this is what you got to do, this is how you handle this if you encounter one of these things apparently. But I don't know, part of me feels like it could be a distraction, but you know, it's interesting that kind of thing went before Congress.
And see, I definitely agree on most of those takes that you just said. And this is also the first time where they had someone in more of a serious setting and actually within the government, I believe, that has like came forth and testified before Congress. Because the other times, I believe, don't necessarily quote me on this, but I believe the other few times that this has happened in history, they were more like kooks and nut jobs that they brought before Congress, and they didn't really treat it as serious.
Was there ever any point where, other than the David Grush testimony?
I don't know if Stephen Greer, if it was Stephen Greer. Again, don't quote me on that. I could be just talking out my butt. But I believe there's at least like one or two other people that I don't remember the names of. But either way, still very interesting that it has, like, this has happened. I definitely think that it could be a distraction. But see, that's the thing. They're using truths, like other truths, to disguise from another truth that they're, like, actually hiding. But, like, that's the thing. They're both still truths. Like, we're just in a very interesting point in history because no one cares, unfortunately, about the whole alien thing because we're all just trying to survive and make it to the next day and make it to the next check and this and what have you, because I don't know if a lot of people are paying attention, but the way that the government and this country is handling its finances, we're in a we're in a shithole. Okay. I was really holding back on saying that, but it's the truth.
It is like a funny point that is like, you know, it's kind of like the memes on Facebook where it's like, you know, it's like, oh, aliens are real, and everybody is like, who cares? Lower the cost of living.
Yeah.
It's like you have like however many billion people on survival mode, and you're like, oh yeah, we're gonna go and like have a congressional hearing about UAPs, and people are like, can we get like a congressional hearing on like the inflation rate?
Yeah. And see, that's the thing. They talk about the inflation rates all the time, and see, I pay attention to stocks and the market a lot, and see, at least on the different exchanges that I look through, and like the different, so I use Webull, and I will like look through like their news and whatnot, and like look at like comments and stuff like that, and see what other people are saying like on the app, and at least on there, like, people are always talking about inflation rates, this, and like how just recently how America's credit rating was dropped to a AA from a AAA, and that is already like putting worry in the market about like things we could be heading closer to a recession. But at the same time, we're also in a pivotal moment because if you look back like the last few years, or how even farther than that, around this time and like going into the winter is like an accumulation period, it seems like, because like after a terrible year, because the year we had last year, pretty terrible for the market, mostly because a lot of things came down to a more realistic price. But then, especially like what happened in Bitcoin, I believe from 2019 to 2020 sort of thing, where Bitcoin was really low, right? I don't know where it was sitting, probably around like 20 or so, or like maybe 15, something like that. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. But then you come into the new year and that bitch is hitting like 69K. It hits its all-time high, and now it's It just seems like we're in that same sort of a period, just like in general. Like, it seems like things are taking a downturn, and don't. This is what Warren Buffett says: don't bet against America, as in we may get hit with hard times, but for some reason and somehow, this country always seems to like bounce back harder, and unfortunately, it's always usually been through like times of war because we seem to find our innovation through that, and then we get to feel the awesome effects of that after some catastrophe like that. But yeah.
Well, like the thing is like war is like good for industry. Like industry loves war, and that's why we've been kept in forever wars. Like my grandpa, who's like a hardcore conservative and somewhat of and a lot of a history buff, is all like, you know, FDR didn't pull us out of the Great Depression. World War II pulled everybody out of the Great Depression. But like, you know, like to a degree, I think that FDR was very helpful in the times. But I feel like the World War II and the spike that gave in industry, like that is a big part of what helped people bounce back, and then laid the groundwork for all sorts of, you know, industries, like, you know, like the stuff with Jack Parsons, like that, like the wartime shit, you know, did lay the groundworks for future scientific work with like NASA, you know. But I mean, I think that like no matter what, like I'm somewhat of an American exceptionalist where I believe that like no matter what happens, I do believe America can bounce back. But, you know, it seems like it's becoming increasingly more difficult, especially when everybody wants to blame everything on politicians.
And that they do. They really do love to blame things on politicians when they don't also want to look at the way that they live their own lives, sort of thing. And I'm just speaking like generally overall people, not just like within the government in general. I apologize. I was not expecting to get got by this spliff. I'm going to be completely honest. Again, tolerance on the very low side here. So whatever tangent that I may jump onto, I definitely apologize now.
Hey, as your redemption, I'll let you get on the episode for the first spliff talk back from Sober October.
Thank you very much. I definitely appreciate that.
What is November 1st gonna be? What day is November 1st? Dude, November 1st is a Sunday. Wanna do the November 2nd?
I mean, yeah. Hey, that'd also be like an actual post-work split talk, because I also haven't worked in the last 2 days, but I start my work weekend tonight. But yeah, November 2nd sounds pretty hot.
Hell yeah.
I like that.
Dude, I took like Monday night, Tuesday night, and Wednesday night off for my birthday. Went in last night, and I spent the whole, like, it's actually like a pretty good feeling because I spent the whole night feeling like it was a Monday, like that was the first day of the week. And I'm like, dang, I remember thinking earlier, like, dang, like, I don't want to go in tonight. And I'm like, wait, I don't go in tonight.
Doesn't have air conditioning now?
They are climate controlling the warehouse apparently this fall.
Oh, that's gonna be nice. It's gonna be real nice. Although kind of funny that they're doing it in the fall when the temperature's gonna go down. So not really gonna feel the.
Hopefully, it will keep things from being too cold.
Yeah, now. See, but having the area climate controlled, like in the summer, is gonna be nice though.
Yeah, the dude said hopefully this is the last hot summer. But really, I don't really get the brunt of it. Right at forklift.
Yeah.
I got the breeze.
I gotta ask, where did you get that picture of Curly?
For T-Dog.
Oh, he's just really looking over here. So I had to ask. And what is that other one?
That one?
Yeah.
That's Jack Parsons by Marjorie Cameron, I believe.
Oh, that definitely that last name does sound nice. Yeah.
Yeah, she was the artist that Jack Parsons was married to.
Holy moly.
She was supposed to be his Scarlet Woman.
Wait, so is that the one that L. Ron Hubbard took? Oh no.
Actually, no. It wasn't. My B. That was the wife before her.
Oh. Okay. So she good then.
Yeah.
I still can't believe that Scientology is still going on. That has has Tom Cruise in there. That's a whole nother thing.
Apparently Tom Cruise is like trying to distance himself so he can like see his family again.
Oh my goodness. I mean, good on him for wanting to do that, but like also think about the amount of money that he's like given to Scientology at this point, because like you got to pay to get into higher ranks, and you already got to basically be rich to even start with them, cuz you got to have money to start. I just can't believe that yeah, Scientology, how you do it, man?
Wait, now I gotta look this up to make sure I'm not wrong about the woman that ran off from Jack Parsons to L. Ron Hubbard.
What if it is Marjorie Cameron?
That'd be disappointing. I don't think it is though. I think she just ended up wandering off.
Oh no. Hopefully she stayed safe though.
I think she went down to Mexico. But she was actually one of the people who was like the precursor to the sort of psychedelic art movement.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. And you said Marjorie Cameron was?
Yeah.
Oh.
But she ended up just like knocking on the door of the lodge.
Oh, so that's what she was doing before she got into all the craziness.
Well, yeah, like she got with Jack Parsons and like I think he wanted to like make a moon baby.
Hey, you know, moon babies are nice. Take a moon baby.
Or the moon child. It was all having to do with the Babylon working, because she was trying to. They were all trying to. Through the Babylon working, I'm pretty sure they were trying to summon a Scarlet Woman.
Yeah, L. Ron Hubbard and Jack Parsons were.
Yeah. So wait, was?
So do you think that they actually like summoned their Scarlet Woman?
Well, Marjorie, didn't end up having a moon baby. She didn't end up having any baby from.
So no Scarlet Woman.
So apparently she wasn't a Scarlet Woman. He was unsuccessful at manifesting a moon child.
Do you think L. Ron Hubbard has manifested a moon child?
I don't know. They would want to keep that under wraps. I don't think Scientology would want that coming to light, because that would mean that I don't know if L. Ron Hubbard ever had any children, but I don't think they would want to think that the child was the result of a summoning ritual to bring forth the Antichrist.
Wait, so who even runs Scientology now?
What's his name? Fucking last podcast did like a whole little series
And
on the guy.
okay,
I don't even know if I want to say his name. I don't know if fucking I don't want Scientology to like send their fucking lawyers after us.
They might, and they're gonna come after the money that we don't got. Man, it just baffles me that like, even with because L. Ron Hubbard was like, basically like the mastermind behind that, and it was his ideas and the way that he wanted people to do things that like kept it going. So it's just the fact that he can be gone and it is still running.
For real.
Like I can't believe that. Like I mean,
apparently the new leader did expand upon the like what L. Ron Hubbard was doing.
yeah.
Like he brought some new things to the table.
And see that's the thing though, is he's using very similar but in a very chaotic is the word maybe that I want to use, but just a really messed up way of the law, basically. Like that whole magic. But
They
then
definitely
they twist it.
So they definitely do like have some sort of grasp on like magic theory, but like I don't know. I don't think that the law has anything to do with them.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's like some weird kind of magic to it, but like it's just like feels twisted though. I don't know how to put it though.
Well, I don't know. I think at the end of the day, like it's a money making venture.
Well, and do they get tax write-offs?
Probably in
Are
most
they at
places.
church?
I think most places they probably do get tax write off.
Oh man, that's not awesome. That's not awesome at all.
Yeah, wait. I'm still trying to find this to set the record straight on who ran off with L. Ron
Because we're
Hubbard.
banking that it's not Marjorie Cameron, guys. It's not Marjorie Cameron.
I don't know. I'm lost in Wikipedia.
Oh man.
Yeah, I'm not finding it. The Scientologists must have scrubbed it.
Because they don't want us to know the truth.
They are trying to manipulate reality.
I try to manipulate reality every day.
Sometimes it's what you gotta do, but not like this. It is crazy though that they have a fucking navy.
What?
Scientology has a navy. You didn't see about the Sea Org?
What do they do with it? Their navy.
I don't know.
Do they have like? Oh no. Is this like? Are you talking like military kind of navy? Like they got guns and whatnot?
Wait here, look it up real quick. I don't know if they're like armed. I don't know what could really stop them from being armed. Wait, okay, maybe Marjorie was the one. Yeah, look up Sea Org.
Sea Org.
Yeah, it was Sarah.
That was not the one that ran off.
that was the one that ran off. Marjorie ends up running off, but she didn't run off with Hubbard. Sarah ran off with Hubbard and stole.
Okay. So Marjorie Cameron was the one that just like kind of wandered off and did whatever.
Yeah, she like ran off to Mexico. I feel like personally, like just from the little bit I've looked into like her life, I think she was probably like dealing with various like mental health issues. She apparently at one point, like way later in life, like burned all of her artwork. I think she later said she regretted that.
Yeah, I'd probably regret that too. So I was not expecting Sea Org's mission to be this, but according to Hubbard, the Sea Org's mission is an exploration into both time and space. And Sea Org members act as goodwill representatives and administrators of Scientology. So I guess they cross the waters, trying to travel through space and time. Oh, excuse me, guys. Oh, excuse me very much.
I want to know, does Sea Org have guns? Ooh. Okay, this is Cora. It doesn't say anything about them having guns. It says 99% of the people don't have one, and it's typically what? Okay, I don't think this is actually an answer. Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't look like it. But yeah, I don't know. It's crazy they have a Navy. And it's crazy the history of L. Ron Hubbard stealing the money from Jack Parsons to invest in a boat.
Oh, see, it was
almost like you know, an omen of what was to come.
Hubbard, unfortunately, really was the one who won in that situation, because not only did he get the girl, but he got the money, too.
Yeah,
Double
for
whammy.
real. He just, like, double fucked old JP.
Whew. I'm, like, getting real hot. I'm burning up.
Damn.
Yeah.
Well, do you have anyone or anything you want to plug or anything you want to announce?
The only thing I can think of, what's the name of T-Dog's book?
Sunflowers Beyond the Red Mist.
Yes. Plug that. Sunflowers Beyond the Red Mist by my good old man Tristan Higgins. Look that up. On where can we find that?
You can find that on his Lulu on his Instagram at Sunflower Magus.
And there's that plug.
Hell yeah.
I could use the bathroom. Really bad.
Yeah.
I'll be right back.
Well, I would just like to announce one more time, What I Deserve is out on all streaming platforms now, except for Amazon. Yeah. And I think that's pretty much it. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.